Drop the charges now! Stop police brutality! Drop the charges now! Stop police brutality! Stop the charges now! Stop police brutality! Drop the charges now! Stop police brutality! Drop the charges now! Drop the charges now! Stop police brutality! Drop the charges now! Stop police brutality! Drop the charges now! Drop the charges now! Stop police brutality! 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 Drop the charges now! Stop police brutality!
are numerous inaccuracies and inconsistencies. For example, one, the charge is criminal trespass. You cannot have trespass if, in fact, he had permission to be there. And the rabbi has said courageously, and I want to say thank you to the rabbi, because some people in that situation, thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Some people, this is a courageous individual. I've had too many experiences where people see things and know things and are afraid to speak the truth. This rabbi spoke the truth. You all should be very appreciative of Second most important, they have a charge which is a felony against Ehud, saying that he assaulted a police officer. Have you all seen the video? Yeah! Did any of you see him touch even his pinky?
No!
So therefore, that is a fabrication. And just one more legal point. I'm not here to do legal 101. Although many of you in the conversations I have over the year, you're all lawyer wannabes yourself. Now, when they say he was resisting arrest, under the law in New York, you can't be charged and convicted of resisting arrest if the arrest is not valid. So stay with me. If the arrest was for trespass and he wasn't trespassing, you can't be resisting arrest.
Exactly.
So those are the underlying reasons why we've asked the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office to dismiss all the charges. I want everyone to pray Shabbos tomorrow so that we can achieve that goal. The focus should not be on Ehud. He's a victim. The focus should be, at a minimum, on the two police officers who did what they did to him that night, including pepper spraying him in his face and his eyes. So, I'll conclude by thanking you all, but it's not over. And none of us can rest until justice is done. Justice means dropping the criminal charges and focusing the investigation on at least the two police officers. So continue to speak out, continue to support the rabbi, Doug, Eric, and eventually, I am confident that we will at least ameliorate, if not eliminate, injustice, inequality, prejudice, and abuse of power. So, thank you all. We will overcome. And I ask everybody not to leave without being on the road today if you haven't already. When I saw the tape, with a group of people, you try to be fair. You try to look at it and say, is there anything there that maybe justified this kind of behavior? That someone, 4:05 in the morning, 4:05 a.m., sleeping, is woken up by this officer. The person knows that they have a right to be there because they've been there for weeks. There's no question. And Ehud tries to explain it to the police officer that I have a right to be here. So we watched the tape. We watched the attack. We watched the police officer thinking that he was getting into a boxing ring, literally lining himself up, lining up the victim, and then, it was just unbelievable. That picture is in my head when I go to sleep. And then the hitting, and then the female officer who's watching the attack on Ehud says to herself, wait a second, let me get in on the action. Hey, let me pummel this guy too. He's not threatening anyone. And she gets involved in taking out her weapon and hitting him and punching him and so on. We all work as elected officials with the New York City Police Department. Police officers in general, they do their job, they put their life on the line. But when there is a police officer who behaves in the fashion of these two police officers, they do not belong on the police force.
Yeah! Fire them now! 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 Fire them now!
We have a great lawyer. He's not just a lawyer, Norman Siegel. He's the guy who has spent his entire life fighting for justice. He's not a lawyer, you know, like, a guy in Manhattan, a great lawyer. He is a guy who gets involved in cases because we were involved with Gideon Bush. And in our community, someone who was, 12 police officers shot him to death. And there was absolutely no reason for it. And we were involved fighting everybody, fighting the police commissioner, the mayor, and everybody else. And in the end, we were in fact right. That what happened to Gideon was wrong. But wait, there is no question. And I know that, Norman has been meeting with the DA. I got to tell you that and I hope I'm right, as I say this before the Sabbath, I am confident that the DA of Brooklyn, looking at this tape, examining all the facts, that he will and must drop all the charges.
Yeah! Drop the charges now!
Ehud, by the way, Ehud has suffered enough. He is as innocent as anybody here, and anybody here could be a victim. Anyone in the city of New York could be a victim. And thank God that there was a video camera in that room, or we wouldn't be standing here. We wouldn't be here. It would be over. Ehud would be facing these charges, having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when you have a police officer who says he did it or she did it, you, the civilian, you have no chance. You have no chance. So thank God for the video. So with Hashem's help, and thank God, all of you in this community, the leaders of this community, who have reached out to other people, the people who have come from different places to stand together. What we can accomplish here is not just for Ehud. This is very important. We want to make sure some other innocent person does not become a victim in any part of this city.
Yes!
Okay? And the next time we hear a story about a police officer and a civilian, let us not assume automatically that the police officer is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The faces of this community is changing. Look at these young people that are here. All of these young people that are here is part of the new Crown Heights. And what they're saying to us, we don't want the baggage of yesteryears to impact on how we want to live in Crown Heights. So it doesn't matter if a young person is wearing a yarmulke or a Yankee baseball cap. Police need to treat them with dignity and respect. And so this unprecedented gathering and chant puts us and says we want safe streets. We don't want to be brutalized and we don't want to be treated unfairly. We must drop the charges and we must ensure that a thorough investigation is done. The tape didn't lie. And this is not an indictment of all of our police officers. We know here in the 7-1 precinct that these streets are patrolled to include and ensure safety. We know that. But Ari, my son, and these other young people must feel safe in Crown Heights. Not only from the bad guys, but also from the bad cops. They must feel safe.
Drop the charges now! Drop the charges now! Drop the charges now!
Coming at you to show support for Ehud. I'm sure Amir Hashem, everything is a shkoch process. Everything happened for a good reason, and we're going to see a good outcome come out of all this. Everybody in the zone is going to be full of information. Please be respectful to police officers. Please remember that the police are here for our protection. A few bad apples does not spoil the pot. So let's be respectful, and let's show that we know how to behave like civilized human beings, and we should be a light upon the nations. Have a good Shabbos. And thank the people who put the thing together.